여기에 살고 있는 한국분들, 그분들한테 이 상담 서비스를 제공하고 싶어서 부모님의 세대를 이해할 때 이런 부분은 조금 내가 경험해보지 않아서 모르겠다, 이런 부분을 둘이서 같이 얘기해보면 좋겠다.
The two of us are very complementary, a really good match because you were born in Korea, I was born in the US, and we both have an interest in mental health.
안녕하세요.
Yeah.
저는 고준기라고 하고요.
And my name is Dr. Sam.
여기서 하고자 하는 거는 심리학에 대한 그리고 상담에 대한 얘기를 나누긴 할 건데 이 방송의 목적이 어떤 어드바이스를 주거나 상담 세션의 목적을 가지고 있는 게 아니라는 거를 먼저 말씀드립니다.
Before we get started, I just want to say that this YouTube video is not for any psychological services. We're not giving any psychological advice. It's just we're kind of going through things and really thinking about Korean Americans and what they're experiencing right now.
고등학교 때 한국에서 미국으로 처음 와가지고 여기서 이제 대학교 다니고 그 다음에 한국으로 다시 돌아갔어요.
Wait, so you came to the US for high school? So you attended high school here?
15살, 16살 그때 쯤이었어요.
Oh, wow, 15 years old and you have to go to another country.
보스턴에서 고등학교를 다니고 뉴욕에 가가지고 RPI라는 학교에서 엔지니어링을 공부했어요.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who are coming to the U.S. From other countries such as Korea, like what you did, coming to school in the Northeast area for high school, and then also doing university at Boston, and then you said it was RPI in New York?
네. 그래서 거기서 학교를 다니다가 이제 한국에 다시 돌아갔어요. 한국에서 살면서 적응을 잘 못했던 것 같아요. 근데 그때는 항상 혼란스러웠어요. 왜 나는 여기에도 안 맞는 것 같고 저기에도 안 맞을까?
Yeah, how many of you have ever felt like, I don't belong there, should I go there? Or what would it be like if I lived somewhere else? That's something we think about a lot.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
네, 항상 고민하게 되는 일인데 그걸 고민하면서 한국에서 좀 이렇게 상담을 받아보려고 찾아봤어요. 찾아봤는데 잘 없더라고요.
So you went through a mental health issue and were thinking that this is something that you wanted to do.
그래서 찾다가 잘 안 찾아져서 그럴 바엔 내가 공부해도 되지 않을까.
You saw someone doing like mental health stuff where it's like, why can't I do that?
달라스에 와서 나는 그러면은 그 공부를 여기서 더 해보겠다. 그래가지고 카운슬링을 공부했죠.
I see, I see. So here in Dallas, you were going through all those things and you wanted to explore counseling as a possible field, and so you decided, I'm going to go do it.
네. 저는 한국에서 태어나서 미국에 고등학교 때 왔지만 쌤은 여기서 태어났죠?
Yes, so even though Joon was born in Korea, I was actually born in the US, and I was born in Columbus, Georgia, and so I consider myself second generation, meaning that my parents are from Korea, but I was born and raised here in the US.
부모님은 그러면은 조지아로 처음 오신 거고 거기서 태어나서 학교도 다 거기서 다니고.
Yes, so I went to school in Georgia, and then I went to Emory University for my undergraduate.
대학도 거기서 다녔군요.
Yes, so I did university, and I did graduate school at Georgia State University, where I got my specialist degree in school psychology and my PhD.
psychologist는 PhD까지
Yes.
해야 되죠, 맞아.
Yes. Psychologists need to have a doctoral degree of some sort and license in that state in order to practice. So this is my second job as a professor, and I was just kind of looking for something that was a better match for me, and honestly, I wanted to be somewhere where there was a larger Korean American population because there's so few mental health resources for Koreans and Korean Americans, and I thought I could do this better if I was in a place like that.
달라스에 그러면 오게 된 이유는 한국에서 온 이민자들 그리고 이제 또 여기 와서 태어난 사람들 그 사람들이 좀 더 많은 지역을 찾다 보니까 달라스로 온 거군요. 그래서 우리가 달라스에서 만나게 된 거네요.
Yeah.
네, 굉장히 서로 다른 굉장히 다른 백그라운드를 가지고 있지만
It's like we came from like two ends of the world and ended up in Dallas.
나는 미국에 살고 있고 인턴십을 하는 거는 제가 클라이언트를 골라서 만나기 되게 힘들거든요. 그래서 주로 백인들, 흑인들, 그리고 뭐 히스패닉 파퓰레이션 이제 클라이언트들이 굉장히 많았는데 여기에 살고 있는 한국분들, 그분들한테 이 상담 서비스를 제공하고 싶어서 열심히 생각을 해봤죠. 어떻게 해야 더 효과적일까? 어떻게 해야 사람들한테 더 많은 도움이 될까?
Even when you do practice out here, you meet people of all sorts of ethnicities across the country. But Asian Americans, and particularly Korean Americans or Koreans, don't come for mental health services. And so it's hard to kind of meet them. And so I guess you got the idea as like, okay, how can I help these people who don't want to come, but they need that kind of help?
나는 한국에서 어쨌든 고등학교 때까지는 계속 한국에서 살았고 그 다음에 또 왔다 갔다 하다가 지금은 달라스라는 곳에서 계속 살고 있지만 한국에서 태어났거든요. 그래가지고 여기서 태어난 사람들을 이해하기에는 좀 한계가 있었어요.
Oh, because you were from Korea and born in Korea, it's kind of harder to relate to those who may not have been born in Korea. There's like a cultural gap. Just like for me, being born in the US, it's harder for me to be able to relate to and understand fully someone who's from Korea.
반대 경우여도 마찬가지일 것 같았어요. 여기서 태어난 사람인 경우에 그러면 그 아버지 세대들이나 그런 분들은 한국에서 직접 오신 분들이잖아요. 그분들을 이해하기에도 또 한계가 있겠죠.
Yeah, you can't just learn about this stuff in the book. You have to go out there and meet people, be a part of the community, and understand. And you know, what struck me when we first met was we're going to provide a service to the Korean American community in a way that's really different. We want to be in your living room. We want to be in a place where you're comfortable, because a lot of Koreans and Korean Americans are uncomfortable going to a clinic, going to a hospital, and asking these kinds of questions.
나와 다른 백그라운드를 가지고 있지만 목표는 똑같고 그래서 우리 둘이 같이 하면은 부모님의 세대를 이해할 때 이런 부분은 조금 내가 경험해보지 않아서 모르겠다 이런 부분을 둘이서 같이 얘기해보면 좋겠다.
Yeah, that is a really good point. It's like the two of us are very complementary, a really good match because you were born in Korea, I was born in the US, and we both have an interest in mental health, and that helps us to be able to reach a larger group of people out there. So not only is this for Koreans who were born in Korea, but this is also for those Korean Americans who were born here in the US as well.
한 명 한 명의 멘탈 헬스에 관한 문제도 중요하지만 서로 어떻게 커뮤니케이션을 할지 뭐 부모님과 자식들이 언어 문제로 힘들어하는 경우들도 굉장히 많잖아요.
That is true, and you know that's something that really stuck with me when you first came to talk to me. Is that this could be a way, if we have Korean and English, that both parent and child can sit down and talk and watch something together.
그래서 우리가 지금 얘기하고 있는 거를 이걸 통해서 그분들이 같이 앉아서 이해를 하고 이게 또 대화가 될 수 있으면 정말 좋겠구나.
And we want to create episodes for you and to give you things that you can use right now. So I hope that you will continue watching us. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us.
뭐 혹시 더한 아이디어가 있으시거나 또 경험이 있으시거나 그러면은 저희한테 알려주셨으면 좋겠고요. 우리가 앞으로 계속 이어갈 내용들 그 에피소드에 더 많은 얘기들을 할 거고 굉장히 더 재밌는 또 유익한 얘기들이 많을 거니까요. 계속 관심 가져주시길 바랍니다.
All right. Well, until then, we hope that you'll join us in our other videos.